Hello again, Michael Freeberg here from beautiful North Carolina. I'm going to be shaving with two special products today. The first is another milk-based soap. It's the fourth that I've used so far. Today's soap is going to be from Van Yulay. It is the Artemis Soap of the Gods goat's milk-based soap. Let me just show you what the soap looks like. It comes in this very cool kind of molded shape. Now, this is another coconut oil based soap, but I need to just read to you the list of ingredients because it is very long and it has a ton of stuff in here. So it is a coconut oil based soap. It does have goat's milk in it, but then there's a list of the following oils: castor oil, emu oil, manteca oil, coconut oil, meadow foam oil, tallow, and lanolin. So another coconut oil, tallow, and lanolin based soap. It also contains shea butter, mango butter, cocoa butter, calendula, and a bit of kale and clay, and ends off with honey and a bit of fragrance. And the fragrance for the soap is a slightly sweet, woodsy, and honey scent. Actually, really nice scent. I'm going to be lathering that up today. I've taken one of those molded florets and just pressed it into the Captain's Choice lathering bowl. This is really working out very well. As you can see, the soap is still quite soft. I just rinse it out when I'm done, just dip out the water, let it air dry again. Today's brush is going to be the wonderful Semogue Owners Club boar brush. Thing's broken in wonderfully, just a fantastic, easy to use brush. It's been soaking in the apothecary mug. And the other special product for today is a find that my wife made while she was on a business trip in Texas. She and a colleague were going through antique stores and happened to find in the wrong case, which I don't have with me, but I can certainly show you later. It is a 1948 to 1950 Gillette Aristocrat. This was $12. It was in a pretty rough shape. I've done quite a bit of cleaning and soaking and cleaning. It actually still looks, in parts, it's still really quite shiny. Now, you can sort of date this because if you look here, it does have knurling on this top section of the handle, and I don't know if you can see this properly, but inside the bar, this middle safety bar, it is notched, so it has a bit of a change here at the edge. It's not a simple flat edge, and that places this as a 1948 to 1950 Gillette Aristocrat for the whopping price of $12. So that was a fantastic find. Almost like every vintage Gillette I have, the doors are a little bit lazy in the sense they don't open up all the way, but that's fine. This is obviously a hold raised and still works very well. I'm going to be using a brand new Rapira Platinum Lux. Shaves with the washcloth in this have not been very good. The Platinum Lux has been a much better fit. The razor is definitely worn. I don't know if you won't be able to see this on the camera too well, but the bottom dial definitely has actual wear on the metal, and you can see there's some plating loss on the top cap. This razor has clearly been used. This has obviously been someone's daily razor, and you can see where they've been using it, holding it, twisting it, and there's a bit of wear and tear on the top, but it still closes tight. Everything is still straight. The blade alignment is good, and I have to say the shaves with this razor have been very good. Probably the best shaves from a vintage Gillette that I've had so far, and I have a number of them. Alright, let's go and get started. Let's get lathered up and get this shave going. So the other thing about the soap is do not underload. I had this a couple times where just sort of trying to shave a bit more quickly in the morning, did not load enough soap and had to go back. It really is best to start off with a really well loaded brush in this case. Don't be shy, just really get it going. Relatively dry brush, I'm just going to really work it. Again, not building a lather in the bowl, just loading the brush. If you do want to build a lather in a bowl though, I can highly recommend these because it does work very well. Building a lather in here is quick and easy. I just don't do it, I just do it on the face. But, alright, let's get that going. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to shave with the same product set for 2 weeks at a time so that you can really get a good feel for how the products work. First impressions are great because they give you just an immediate sense of what how the product works, but I've been finding that these 2-week cycles has really worked out very well for me, because there are some things that don't come out until a couple days or a number of days or 2 weeks of use. And for me, that's just been just a better way to go. As I said, it's the fourth milk-based soap. Now this is a complete coincidence that I have this soap, because I just happened to get a request from Yulay asking if I'd be interested in reviewing some of her soaps. Monica Gillum actually lives in North Carolina as well, just not really literally up the street, but not that far from us. And I'm always interested in trying something new, and I certainly have no issue reviewing people's products. You know, if the product is good, happy to give it a good review. If it's not good, then of course, as always, I'm going to be honest about that and let you know where the product falls short. Now, it's important that if you are going to be buying a Yulay soap, you take the time to read over the number of offerings, because there is an extensive list of scent options, and there are a number of different soap bases. So this is one of the tallow-based soaps, but there are quite a number of vegan options, a lot of different scent options, and the soaps also contain a mixture of oils. So for example, I also got a lime-based soap that has avocado oil in it. Not an option in this one. So be sure to read over the site, take your time, browse a little bit. I clicked on a soap at random. The soap is labeled, or the brand is kind of labeled Soap of the Gods. And I was struck by the label on this Artemis soap, which is the name of this goat's milk-based soap, simply because of the fact that the huntress is depicted on that label in these wonderful high heel boots. I'm going to guess that it is not a historically accurate representation of the footwear worn at the time. But that made me laugh, and so I decided to click through on that one, and that happens to be a goat's milk-based soap, which is great because I'm in this series of reviewing milk-based soaps, and it just worked out fantastically. Okay, the soap lathers very easily. The scent is strong, and you can definitely smell it while you're shaving. This builds the lather quickly, easily, and the lather has been very, very nice. Stays up, does not dissipate, good slickness. Let me go and get started. I think these Aristocrats are reputed to be on the more aggressive side. You can feel the blade a little bit, but I would not call this an aggressive razor, in the sense that it's certainly not uncomfortable. I don't have any sense of blade flex, or too much of a blade gap, making the blade feel a little unstable on the face. Certainly efficient, taking the hair off easily, a nice weight to it. Yeah, you just sort of kind of wonder if Gillette did in fact actually decide to spend a little less money on ridiculous rotating heads on their disposable razors, and they went back to producing a line of these kinds of razors where, yes, the razor costs a bit of money, but you could continue to sell a really high quality product like this. This has clearly stood the test of time. You kind of wonder, might it make that another option for people? Yeah, shaves with this razor have been easy and comfortable. Soap, very nice, good glide, good slickness. If you're looking for a soap that has a strong enough scent that you can actually smell it during the shave, these are definitely soaps you want to take a careful look at. Of the 5 samples I have, they all have a very distinct and a very strong scent. I mean, this may be an aggressive razor, but honestly, it feels really safe on the face, easy to use. $12 was just, that was just sheer luck of the draw. Fantastic find. Okay, first pass done. Yep, good Good residual slickness on the soap. Not fantastic, but good. Also, in the scheme of things, despite all those, the oils and the butters, actually does rinse off pretty easily compared to some of the previous soaps I've used. Alright, pass number 2. Lather really stayed on top there. No issue with dissipation in between passes. Scent is still very nice and strong. It's a really nice mix of kind of a woodsy cedar maybe, or I think it's oak moss, and the honey just adds a nice warm touch to it. All right, there we go. Now the only issue that I've had with this razor so far, and it's kind of funny that it's happened, is exactly during this part of the second pass. There is a minor overhang, but it's really a minor overhang, and yet somehow I've still managed a number of days in this last 2-week shave period is to twang my ear. I've never cut myself, but I've definitely felt that overhang touch it a little bit, so I just have to be a bit careful here. Phew. Yeah, really like this razor. So far of the vintage Gillettes I've got to say this has been really a standout. The Slim Twist is a very mild, very comfortable razor, and that's got some sentimental value. That's the one that my wife picked up for me in Toronto, and she was actually literally hit by a bus that same day. So that's got a good story behind it. Yeah, when you pick up a razor like this, you just look at how used it is. You just wonder about the person behind it, or persons. Yeah, these Rapira Platinum Lux blades have worked very well in here. The Vache Cod was just uncomfortable. Often they have kind of what I feel like is a rough edge of the Vache Cods. I know a lot of people complain about the fact they feel a bit rough or tuggy, but for me, that usually only lasts, 5 or 6 strokes into the shave, and then whatever that burr is on the edge is gone. But just did not work out well in this razor. Happening more and more lately. I keep getting a bit of drip of soap into my mouth. You know what? None of these soaps taste good. Okay. Let's get the corner. Okay. Quick third pass. Yeah, actually rinse is pretty clean. Like I said, I'm just going to scoop out the remainder lather from the bowl. There we go. Waste not, want not. Okay, just drip a bit more into the brush. Make sure that it's sort of a bit of a wet brush and a wet face. Lather for pass 3. Yeah, my only issue with the soap, actually, is that at the end of the second pass, around the time of the beginning of the third pass, I'm starting to feel a little touch of warmth on my skin. I have a feeling I'm allergic or I'm reacting slightly to the scent. I've had a few other soaps that did that too. This is absolutely not in any way bad enough that I would not use the soap, but it's there. And if you do tend to react to strong scents, just note that this is a strongly scented soap, and just be aware. All right, let's squeeze out some of the lather. You can see Lather is really still very nice and thick. Another wonderful tallow-based soap. Tallow, lanolin, and the goat's milk. I'm expecting another excellent post-shave skin feel. All right, just rinse off my hands and dry them off. All right, third and final pass. Kind of taking a different approach too to this piece of the shave right here. Just trying a lot of razors I use this against the growth pass here. Tends to be uncomfortable, but I'm just very light. It's effective, but it's not really comfortable. But you know, just changing it up a little bit. I had an interesting question from somebody about how close my shave was after that third pass. Is there some stubble left? Well, yeah, you know, there is, unless I go through a fourth pass or do a lot of buffing. But I tend not to make myself crazy about it, you know? The difference between an exceptional shave and an excellent shave, in a lot of cases, is a fine line between, wow, that was a great shave, and man, I wish I hadn't made those few extra strokes to really wring out every last possible. I know for a lot of people, it's no issue, you know, their skin can take it, or it's just a fun thing, just fun to do. But I also find the shades where I don't even think about how close it's going to be are the ones that end up being the best somehow. You're sort of unconsciously shaving. Yeah, good slickness here. There's always a few spots right here. The turn, you know, the edge. And you may also have those days, I know that I have them, where it just seems like no matter what you do, you're just not going to get it. Don't. A few tiny pieces of stubble that are still there, which only you know about, by the way, is not worth screwing up the shave for the next day or the next couple of days, or at the risk of cuts or nicks or irritation or ingrowns. Okay, so rinse off here. Wow, very nice. Yeah, another irritation-free shave. Really liking that razor and quite enjoy that soap. I've got a couple more samples to try, but I have somehow amassed a mountain of things to go through. I don't know exactly how this happened. As you know, I used to start a soap, use a soap, and then finish that soap until moving on to the next one. That's just not possible right now because those other soaps will be languishing for so long, it's really not fair. So what I've changed up to now is this every 2 weeks, changing the product, or really the product set where I have a couple of new things to try, and it's really working out very well. It does mean it's going to take quite a while to work through all those soaps, but in the meantime, I've got a pretty nice series of soap reviews and some product reviews coming up because of that 2-week cycle. It's working out great for me. If you have feedback about that, by the way, come back and just post a comment, obviously, and let me know. All right, let's towel off. All right, today I'm going to skip
aftershave and just do some aftershave balm, just because I happen to have it. Haven't used it in a while. I got it as a was thrown into a box from some sort of stuff ordered from the UK. Yeah, again, no tightness, very nice, close. They're clearly, oh, that's nice, man. Yeah, if you wanted to go back and make another get crazy pass, of course you could. There's spots where I could just keep buffing again, but it's not worth it to me. That is very nice, clean, close, comfortable shave, spot on. Okay, for today, I'm going to go with this Leah Aftershave Balm. Aftershave Balsam. I think this is mentholate. It's going to feel pretty good because actually it is already pretty hot here. This is kind of a thinnish but not too drippy aftershave balm. I've used this a couple times. Don't want to put on too much. It was a very nice addition to the box of items I purchased. Yeah, this goes in easily. Nice bit of cooling. Very smooth. Now, this is just a personal preference, but when I'm applying aftershave or aftershave balm or something like that, I only ever really, and I try to apply it in the direction of the growth. I don't really rub against it. But if there was some irritation you had not yet noticed and you start to rub too vigorously against the grain, no, I always apply it with. Wow, very nice shave overall. Yeah, soap's fantastic, love that razor. Okay, well, that's it. Let's recap what we've used for today. The Yulay Artemis goat milk based soap. Tallow, lanolin, a laundry list of oils and butters. Very easy to lather. The lather really holds together very well. Very good slickness during the shave. Rinses off easily. A nice, strong, woodsy, sweet scent. The scent of the honey really does come through in this case. Very nice. I really do like the presentation. I think one of these florets has tipped out. They're loose. I've sort of been pulling them apart. I do like the molding. It's kind of a very cool look. And as I said, there are a large number of scent options available, so be sure to read the descriptions carefully. Look over the list of ingredients because the soap bases are different. And if you're interested in one of these Yulay soaps, have a look and find the one that best fits your particular needs. Today's brush, the beautiful Semogue Owners Club. Cherry with the boar knot, fantastic, love that brush. Lathered up in the Captain's Choice bowl. The razor for today is twist to open 1948 to 1950 US Gillette Aristocrat, easy for me to say. Wonderful razor. I did not know what to expect the first time I shaved with this. It was in pretty rough shape when my wife brought it home. It was crusted with soap. You know, the bottom of the handle is hollow. This was full of all kinds of gunk. It was all crusted up. But, you know, a bit of warm water and some dish detergent and a toothbrush and let it soak for a while, cleaned it up beautifully, and it works fantastically. Excellent shaves. Really enjoying this razor, and the fact that it is used and you can definitely see signs of wear, for me somehow adds to the value, sort of the nostalgic value of this razor. I know that people love to collect these and they love the sort of the new old stock where the case is immaculate and the beautiful purple velvet is just, and the thing is in just perfect shape. But you know what, I really want to be using this razor, and I think I would have a really hard time taking an immaculate instance of this razor out of that immaculate box and shaving with it. I think I would always feel like that shouldn't really be touched. It's immaculate, leave it immaculate. Really liking this as it is. And then finally, the Leah Aftershave Balsam. No aftershave today, just went straight for the screen cream. An excellent shave once again, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them against the video as always. And until next time, goodbye.